Welcome to the Contributor Corner for Run Radio. We've got Chef Alessandro De Luca from Italian Kitchen. You've always got great information about real, authentic Italian food, so rich in culture. What do you have for us today?
Today we're talking about Italian food taboos. Stuff that you should not ever think, not even think about whenever you are in Italy. No matter when you, just like you know that those things are insurmountable. People are gonna look very, very weird, and that's the minimum. Someone will also answer you in a not nice way.
Oh, okay.
You're just like, I mean, these guys are just like scratching bad places. And, you know, oh, it's bad, it's bad. The reaction is immediate, unfiltered. So the first one, let's talk about carbonara.
Okay.
You never add cream to carbonara. Carbonara is really, really an easy dish. You use eggs, you use guanciale, that is the pork jowl. You need salt, pepper, and that's pretty much it. And the pasta. You don't need anything else. So the recipe that you see around with people adding cream or adding weird stuff to that carbonara, it's a bad no. And never ask, if you're in Italy, never ask to add cream to your carbonara, because the answer is not going to be nice. Oh yeah, I mean, we don't have any filter. When it comes to food, we have no filter. Like it goes before you can even think a nice way to say it.
Wow.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we're passionate about a few things, but food is one of them. The other thing is fish and cheese do not mix ever. They are two different things. Mostly because, and I can give you an example, the cheese that you can find here, the Parmesan cheese that you can find here, when you are lucky, you can find something that is 6 months into season. And then they put it on sale. The cheapest one that I can buy at a grocery store in Italy is 9 months. Minimum. They don't put on the shelf anything that is, you know, younger than that.
Okay.
You can buy stuff that is 18, 36, 60 months. So our Parmesan cheese is very, very strong. The last thing you want to do is put it on fish and have the cheese overpowering the flavor of the fish. So there is a reasoning behind that. Okay. Especially is the other is because let's talk about cheese. There is one chain of restaurants in the US where you go and they give you, you know, endless breadsticks, and whenever they bring pasta, the guy start giving you cheese, and it's up to you to say stop. That stuff back home doesn't exist. Please, please, please be careful how much cheese you put on your food. If you're putting yourself, you have to consider that cheese is going to taste 10 times minimum better than whatever you had in the States, because that food is going to have, that cheese is going to have flavor, not the stuff that you find here that is just like plasticky feeling. Okay. Don't overdo with your cheese, because your dish is already flavorful. Don't offend whoever created the dish and whoever is bringing you the dish adding a lot of cheese, because that is a big no. The other thing, an Italian meal is made by different courses. So you start antipasti, then you have the first course that is normally a pasta or a rice or a risotto, depends. And then you have a second course that is normally the meat. And that's the only time something else is allowed to come along with, because normally you have a second dish with a side, and that's the two things coming together. And then you have, in a formal meal, you have a cheese course, and then you have a fruit course, and then you have a dessert course. Okay? So the thing, you can imagine how surprised was I, and I still am, when people in the US want everything on the same plate. That doesn't exist. That pork, please don't. No. I mean, to the point that if you ask to an Italian restaurateur to bring everything on the same dish, he look at you like you have two heads, because he doesn't really understand what you want. Every single dish has its own place in the hierarchy. Okay, so as long as you don't have to get everything. You can get an antipasto and a salad, but the salad is never coming before the antipasto. It's coming after. The salad is coming as a side after that.
Oh, okay.
See, I mean, lately, some restaurant in the most touristic place started following the needs that taste the palate of the American people. So they're starting serving all the things together, but it's not something that you should ask for. I mean, you should, everything has its own place. And following this thing is spaghetti and meatballs do not go together.
What? What?
I know. Do not.
No, we are taught here in America that is Italian.
It is not. It is not. It's a fruit of the evolution of the American Italian food, due to the fact. Remember when we talked last time? We were talking about how the immigrants started changing the recipe because they finally had two ingredients. That's what they did. They invented a thing that mix two things together, but we don't do. I mean, you can do a meat sauce, pasta, but never meatballs, because one is a first dish and one is a second dish. You don't use them together.
Oh my goodness.
No. And okay, two more things, and then it's okay. So that's the other thing is, you do not eat bread with pasta. No. The only time you're allowed to touch the bread and with your pasta is when you are done with your pasta. There is still sauce in your dish, and you can do what we call scarpetta. So you get a piece of bread and you clean your plate, and then until it's clean, you can go with your bread. Is that something refined and nice? No. It's considered, really rude to do it in a restaurant. But if you go to someone's house to eat and they give you something that is really, really good, that's what you can. I mean, you can ask. You say, "Oh man, this sauce is so good. I have to finish the sauce with the bread." But otherwise, you are not. I mean, you are not allowed. It's something that people are gonna look weird. I mean, I look at you. It's like, what? You don't know
What
how
are
to
you
use.
doing?
Exactly. You don't know how to use pasta. I mean, are you eating carbs? Are you eating carbs with carbs? I mean, do you want some carbs on top of that carbs?
Well, got it.
The other thing, and I think we already talked about that, but never is enough. You don't order cappuccino past 11. Do not, please. People are gonna look you weird. People are gonna tell you stuff. People are gonna make fun of you. Don't.
I love it.
And and the other thing is Starbucks, and not just that, they taught us that we can drink coffee all day long. And sometimes you go to a restaurant and I see people drinking coffee with their meal. Forget about it. You cannot drink coffee with your meal. Coffee stays at the end. At the end of your meal, you drink your coffee. Don't drink your coffee during your meal. Please, don't.
Thank you for making us better Italian food eaters. I appreciate it. Learn more about Italian Kitchen and listen to the Contributor Corner every weekday at runradio.net.